We're live, we're live. Welcome back, everyone, to episode 1717. The sweet 17. Do we have a... Is that,
Okay.
so we have like quinceañera for 15, sweet 16 for whatever. Is there like a 17? What's the 17?
It could be our sexy 17. I don't know.
Welcome back, everyone, to episode sexy 17 of the Water and Time podcast. I'm your host this week, Alan, joined by the lovely partner in crime, sexy 17, Will.
I'm Will. Nice to meet you guys. Thank you for tuning back.
What's
into the
popping,
Water
Will?
and Time.
You haven't some...
What's up, dude?
What are you drinking? You're drinking some sparkling 17?
I have some seltzer water. Yeah, I'm not going to display it on the video feed because one of our goals is to get sponsors, and so you have to earn that. So maybe if some sparkling water company would like to sponsor us, we can start drinking their water and showing them off to our 6 viewers.
Yeah, literally, I think they can just pay us $10 or even like $5 per year even, and that should be okay to sponsor.
If they just send me a 6-pack of sparkling water, that's all I need.
Honestly, for real.
And yeah, for the next 3 episodes, we'll show them off.
Oh, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
today though, go for it.
Well, there's like sentimental value because if you already use a product, you're like just happy to sponsor it for free anyways.
Covered up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna Photoshop a sparkling whatever logo into this part. So yeah, your cover up doesn't work. But
Perfect.
yeah, it's almost the end of March. We're entering April. And how you doing?
Dude, yeah,
Will?
today it's spring. Beautiful day here in New York City. I was just outside for like an hour in the sun reading. It's like 65, 70 degrees. It's great.
In the sun.
Especially because, yesterday was so cold. So like we're having these days of like 40 degrees, and then we're having days of 70 degrees.
Yeah, this is the third week in a row where you have had this up and down weather.
So it's super common over here, but no, it's beautiful. It's really nice. I think the first few weeks of spring are good in New York before it gets way too humid and hot. So this is kind of the best time for like the next month.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. We've had good weather in Seattle too. The light rail opened up last Saturday, as we mentioned last time.
Hell yeah.
I did not take the opportunity to go on.
The person I was going to ask you.
My bad.
No, okay.
My bad. But let me explain. So Saturday they had the 9 a.m. opening, like celebratory, like the mayor or whatever cuts the tape.
Oh hell yeah.
To the Judkins Park station at 9 a.m. And mind you, these lines were hella long. They were stretching out like 2 to 3 hours of waiting that some people were reporting. Like some of the lines going down onto Rainier Avenue. So it was a very long line, very, very packed throughout. The light rails that were going were completely packed throughout. And they were even kicking some people out at certain stations just to make room because they know that a lot of people were not really getting to places. They just wanted to be on the light rail on the opening day. So that gives you an idea of how crazy it was. And your boy did not want to participate in any of that.
That's very fair. That's very fair.
So maybe this week later or maybe next weekend, I'll take a gander. But my report is it's been I think it was successful. So
the light rail release itself.
Yeah, the light rail release. They were even
having I don't believe anything unless you see it with your own eyes. We need that report.
Okay, TBD. But for what it's worth, like on the I-90 bridge across the water, which by the way, do you have a subway that goes across the water? Across a floating bridge? A floating bridge?
No. It does not go across a floating bridge. It goes across a regular bridge.
Guess what Seattle has now? But there's like this ferry that was going across on I-90 on Lake Washington, and it was just like spraying a celebratory fountain like for the entire day.
I love the hype around this because it was such an achievement to actually get it done.
Across the floating bridge.
Big Bellevues and Mercer Island people tried to sue the city and not allow it. So
yeah, we should ask Mercer Islanders what they think of the light rail opening.
Yeah, they probably are sad about it, dude. I'm saying we should hire a bunch of actors who look like homeless people to just go hang out by the station. we give them their largest fear, which was the homeless people coming over and fucking up their house prices.
Yeah, it's called
Right?
exposure therapy. Get used
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
it. So
So I'm glad to hear it was hype, though. I'm glad to hear that like there are hours of lines. I love the attention. I think with that momentum, we'll just get more and more light rail stations open. People will be okay putting money into it as a city. So that's
yep.
great. I love it.
We love public transportation expansions. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're a pro
sir.
public transit podcast out here. It's great.
Pro pub.
Uh,
The
I'm really curious.
yeah.
Oh, go for it. Go
No,
for it.
you go for it, man. You go for it.
I was gonna mention that I'm curious after a month or two or maybe a year of statistics about how many less cars now are going to be on I-90. Like how much less we see in pollution and how many people actually take it in from Bellevue. I'm very interested.
There are some initial numbers where Sound Transit, the company behind the light rail, right, is they're predicting that. So the regular Bellevue line before it had a daily commuter of 10,000, and
Okay.
they predict that for this new line that includes Seattle to Bellevue, it'll be from 10K to 50K. So
Whoa, like
five
over a
times
year.
the amount. No,
That's
just like daily
crazy.
commuters for like the starting the next.
Well, I understand
few.
that's the idea, but like, I'm wondering when that number, like when we'll actually get to 50K. Because I think it's slowly. I don't think like the next day everybody's
Sure.
like, okay, I'm not driving. I'm 100% taking the light rail. I think that's a very gradual thing.
Yeah, I think in the
So
next year it
we'll
makes a lot
see.
of sense. But I mean, I think kind of just like in general, it's kind of like opening up a new traffic lane where even though you open up a new lane, you still have more traffic because that means that more people are coming to drive now. So like some people hear that, oh, there are going to be fewer people on I-90 because of the light rail, then they're going to start driving more because they were already deterred from doing that. So you might see a case of that where the traffic
Yeah,
stays the same or gets even bigger.
well, so yeah, I mean, the only way if we're not increasing lanes, I've heard of that phenomenon. I think it was in California where it's like as you increase lanes over time, the traffic goes to the same level because now you have more people on the freeway. So again, it's the same problem: is the amount of people you're actually getting through is around the same. I'm curious though. Like initially, at least, we'll probably see a drop in usage, but we'll see what happens in the year.
Yeah,
We can
I'll
check
report
March.
back to you. I'll do my
Yeah,
daily
yeah.
commutes and I'll tally up how many total people I see.
You can start counting. We'll give you a clicker like bouncers have.
They do that in a lot of cities. Just people sit around, they just click whenever they see someone walking by, which I think can be pretty helpful. But yeah, you know what's also got pretty hyped up and kind of had long queues this past week?
Tell me.
Brother, it was the end of the anime season. We had
Ooh.
two honorable mentions. Frieren season 2 ended, and JJK season 3 part 1 ended. So those two wrapped up. I think the JJK finale broke a lot of servers. Like I know Crunchyroll had issues when the episode was
Really? They had
releasing.
so much traffic that they went
Yeah,
down?
yeah.
Wow. Which one do you want to get into first? JJK?
I
If they
I want to
yeah.
talk about Frieren because that's what
Let's
I
do Frieren first
recently
then, yeah.
finished up. Dude, oh my gosh, dude, this was phenomenal. Like just it had the same amount, I think even more amount of effort and love put into the animation, the storytelling, the music that season 1 had. And just like everything about it felt perfect to me, the way that I felt about season 1. I know that there's the 3 episodes that were dedicated to Geno and Matode, fighting against the Four Sword Demon and his cronies. But I think just like an honorable mention, my favorite episode was the episode where the dwarf is asking Frieren and them to like help him find the booze, like the legendary booze that no one's
Yeah.
been able to find. And Friren's like, oh my god, this is gonna be some dog shit booze because I already heard about it. And then they do find it, and it does turn out to be dog shit. But it was like, wait, but we had fun along the way.
It's all about the journey.
Yeah, it was worth it. And then we can bring this dumbass booze back and share it with the entire village and have a good time. So I thought that was, I like that episode a lot. But yeah, just overall, the story was even good too because I like that it really tells you like why you needed to take that mage exam in the first place because the northern plateau that they're in is very dangerous. It shows that there are a lot of threats that you need to be experienced in order to traverse through this land. Like there were a lot of times when the crew, they almost got killed, they got trapped in a magic crystal place. They had a bunch of dragons that they had to fight, and then even these demons were pretty, like Stark almost lost his life, for example.
Definitely stronger adversaries that they've like compared to before.
Yeah, which is really cool to see. And then I think the cliffhanger was really cool because I like Denkin like a lot, and then like the 7 Sage that he's gonna be facing is like Frieren was having like random flashbacks to her encounter with this sage, so probably he's stronger than her in some way, and she probably just has PTSD maybe from that stage. So
I actually don't even remember the flashbacks of that. Maybe I missed it.
Oh, it was very brief. It was like for 1 second where like Frieren would be
Which
like
episode?
So in the episode about the hero of the South, the one that defeated 3 of the 7 sages by himself, like when they were explaining who the 7 sages were, Frieren had like 1 second. There was like 1 second where she's like a flashback and she's like looking at this figure, this ominous figure.
I see.
Like that was standing tall over her, and I'm pretty sure that's that 7, the gold city.
So there's 7 of them. The hero of the South killed 3 of them, so there are 4 left. The 4 swordsman guy, wasn't that one of them?
No, he was not a sage. No.
Oh,
just
was one of the sages the one that had the that with like the amount of mana that you had that Frieren like from the first season? Aura, yeah, with the
so she's
she
dead.
Have, like the scale.
Yeah, the
so
scale.
That was okay. So there are at least 3 left then.
I think there are at least 2, because when they were telling the story, they were saying that we killed 3 of them, and then like I think it was like 2 got away and hasn't been seen since.
Wait, so the hero of the South killed 3.
Yeah.
Aura was 4.
Yep.
But you're saying beforehand, Frieren had mentioned that a couple.
Yeah, I think so. I said something like that. So I think I think there was 1 or 2
2
more.
or 3 left. We had a couple left.
Yeah.
I thought the 4 swordsman guy was one of them, but he wasn't one of the sages.
No, he was just a really strong demon. Just really strong.
Okay.
So.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I love Denkin as a character. I was wondering why we had that snippet at the end, that cliffhanger. I didn't realize that was the end of the season. Because I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. We're going to see some more content. I didn't understand it was the end. But I love Denkin, dude. After I saw that episode, the first thing I searched was that meme where he's like, I didn't hear no bell. And he's getting ready to fight because during the mage exam, when they ran out of mana, he just like takes his shit off and he's like, all right, let's fucking do this.
Yup.
Like, that was some awesome energy. I had to re-look it up too. I couldn't remember if he actually passed the exam, but he did. So he's a first-class mage. It's super hyped.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm hyped for the next season 3.
Yeah.
Any idea? Yeah.
Oh no, they announced it. Like they announced it the day of the finale. They said October 2027. So a year and 7 months.
Oh my god, that's so far away.
Yeah, I think I'm reading the manga.
You haven't read any of the manga yet?
No, I haven't read the manga. I think I'm gonna read the manga.
See, but I think this is a show where like doing it nice and slow. That's the whole point. That's the theme of the show, right? Is to enjoy the journey. I don't know if you should go ahead and skip. I think you might want to wait and enjoy the journey, Alan, of waiting for the next season.
I've been I actually made a season 2 review video yesterday that I'm editing, and I'm gonna publish it today. But I do want to make more Frieren videos, so maybe like I'll make 1 video every month until season 3 drops. And then
that does make sense of why you want to go read the manga if you want more content for the video.
But I can also analyze content from seasons 1 and 2 because I think there's still a lot of stuff on my mind to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
the last episode with the bridge, right?
Yeah, the bridge, dude. That was so cool. Like he's like, Himmel was like, just make sure that this bridge gets built, man. Like you take our money. We're gonna have a tough time because, we need money to survive. But just build this bridge. It'll be a good thing for 1,000 years and for the people to cross and things, which I really like the message of.
I love the ending scene too of how a new village has formed around that bridge. It really shows you like the creation, and especially because so far in this northern plateau, all you've seen is destruction. Like for the whole season, that's all you've seen, right? People dying.
The bread is hella hard because our rations are being like depleted and the infrastructure is really poor.
So you've seen like the whole theme around this Northern Plateau is like, oh, it's rough as hell, and then to end it off with like, a new village. We have creation. The people will last, especially as Frieren and her partners like journey through it and take away all the demons. It's just a great way to end it, and it really flips that concept of, oh, this region sucks, to, oh, like there's some positive stuff going on here, and it is growing in a sense of community instead of depleting. So I like that way, the way it ended. I think that was a good, and now it makes sense too as I'm saying this. Like, oh, that definitely was the season finale. The way it ended with that, it makes sense to me. That
Well,
was a
they
good
they
place to
also
end it
ended
on.
the season the same way they started, which is saying like, "Shall we get going?" Like at like
Yeah,
the
yeah, they always like time for the next one,
yep.
right?
Let's get going.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
really like one aspect too. This is gonna be maybe the last thing on it, but the way they can play with like having individual episodes where like every episode is its own thing. It's kind of like what like episodic maybe. I don't know if that's the right term, but Mushishi is kind of like that, where most episodes can be on their own.
yep.
Frieren definitely touches that, but then at the same time, you do have ones where it is a few episodes. Like you do have an arc, like the four
Sword
swordsmen,
demon, yeah.
four sword demon. I like that aspect of it, of how you actually have some cliffhangers. You have some fights that last longer than one episode. I think they do a really good job with that.
I like that Genau dude, like his arc throughout that tri-episode arc. I thought it was pretty well done. Like his character
Yeah.
is pretty cool. He would have died if Stark wasn't there, by the way.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like he
Oh
was like,
yeah.
I can do this myself. It's like, no, you can't, dude. No, you can't.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and then okay, JJK season 3 finale. Will, what did you think?
I think the animation was great. I loved you have a three-way fight. I thought that was really cool, really well done. The animation around one of it's the lady who can like bend space.
Yeah, she like
That
touches
is
the
a
sky or
concept.
something.
Yeah, the animation around that was really cool. I really love that. Again, like a lot of things just don't make sense to me. I think maybe I'm just not paying enough attention to it, or just they just don't define things. One big thing, like one big issue I have was when the bug guy dies, right? In the very opening scene, you have like Yuta fight this bug monster, and then Yuta kills him, and he gets the 5 points for killing him. But then
Gobbles
he
him
comes
up.
back
Yeah.
like that. Like I think if you get the points, wouldn't they be dead? Like isn't the game like the calling game smart enough to realize, oh, their energy's gone? Like so that like what the fuck was going on with there? Yuta
And then
also
he dies
uses an
again.
ability
And then he dies
and
again.
he dies again. It's just like what the fuck? Why? Like it just doesn't do anything. It's just confusing. Yuta uses an ability which I didn't even know he had because I guess he killed somebody earlier on that I just didn't even realize. Like there were just too many holes in it, but animation was solid.
Yeah, his like if Rika eats like I guess the blood of a user, he
They absorb
copies
power.
yeah, copies the technique of the user. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I didn't really watch or pay attention to the episodes prior to this one, but I did pay attention to this episode and yeah, it was really good. I
What
think
was good about it though?
I think from the storytelling perspective, like it felt rushed this episode because you clearly you have these two the two people that Yuta is fighting where they have backstory and they have personal reasons as to why like the woman she doesn't like Yuta because Yuta's ancestors like was against her in the past. And then I think the hair guy Oro, like he wants to have desserts because he's not satisfied. So there are like some fundamental and idealistic themes that are being fought here, but they all just kind of get rushed down. So like that's why I feel like it was a little rushed in terms of the ideals. Like the action
I
was
know, I,
fine.
I agree. Yeah, I think you brought that up. I forgot about that completely. That yeah, they had this whole lineage thing, right, with the woman. That could have definitely been expanded on.
Yep.
So I
So
understand what you say when you think it's rushed.
yeah, but
That makes
even
sense.
then, just like if you look at this episode from its just by itself, then yeah, it works for me because you introduce these characters, and even though you kind of rush to get everything resolved, at least I could kind of follow along, like why are they fighting, kind of thing, and why they're satisfied with their defeats at the end. Like why, like he gets like helped by Yuta at the end, even though he gets defeated, but then he's like, oh, thank you, I'll help you because you have fulfilled my philosophical tension and conflict. So we have no reason to fight anymore. So that's why I'll give you my points. It's like that
everybody
stuff
wins.
was cool. Yeah, so that stuff was cool. And yeah, animation was really, really nice.
For sure. Did they say, we talked about Frieren, it's a year and a half until the new season. Did JJK, I imagine if the release is crashing the Crunchyroll servers, they have enough motivation for a new season. Do we know when the new season of JJK will come out?
I don't think they announced it officially, but I would expect probably early 2027. So either the winter season or the spring. That's when I would expect it.
Yeah, the Culling Game Part 2 is what they're calling it.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
we'll
mean, they
see.
definitely have a lot of budget, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, two anime ended. The winter season's ending. I didn't really watch other anime during this season, so there are probably things I can start just catch up on.
I'm halfway through one of the Dragon Ball Z movies. So I have not watched any of Dragon Ball Z, or I think it's just Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah,
I haven't watched any of that. Like I don't know, I just stopped watching it.
sure.
But they had a movie release that I wanted to look at because it kind of talks about the history of the Saiyans more. So I'm halfway through the movie. It's Dragon Ball Super Broly.
Oh, bro, yeah, bro.
And I think every Broly movie they kind of restart it. I don't like what happened, but it's like definitely interesting. I love seeing this. Like you see all the Saiyans, like Vegeta and Goku's parents. Like you see them and what's going on with them and their siblings. So I think that was kind of cool. I've been enjoying it. I'm definitely skipping lots of it though, because the dialogue, it could be the translation. It's just like it's just silly Dragon Ball Z dialogue. Like maybe more kids focused, but it's nostalgic to see this historical stuff, and the animation is amazing.
Yeah, this
compared to when it came out
this Broly
25 years
movie
ago.
is canon to the storyline, whereas the
Yeah.
previous Broly movies are not canon.
All of them, none of them were canon
None of them
before.
are canon.
Oh, so okay, maybe that's why it's so good. It feels so good.
Yeah. You know, the movie's really. You said you're halfway through the movie or something?
Yeah, I got to the part where Frieza just turned into the gold version, which I didn't even know existed, but there's a gold Frieza now. So I just got to that part.
And he's fighting someone?
He's fighting Broly.
Okay, yeah.
Brawly takes them all on, dude. Brawly isn't a
Yeah,
bitch. He's
yeah,
out here
yeah.
fucking them all up. He's so strong.
Yeah, I love the animation, the fighting scenes of that movie. It's so good. I think like Vegeta versus Broly at the beginning, like when Vegeta turned Super Saiyan, was like one of the best Super Saiyan transformations ever. Like his hair goes from like black to green, and then to
Yeah,
yellow.
they got all these mixture of colors. One thing I understand too is you have these two. I didn't know there are two types of Super Saiyan gods. It's like
Oh
the
yeah,
red versus the blue, but I guess blue is the strongest. So I've
Yeah,
been watching that. Like,
'cause-
so for me, this is all new because I never watched Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, you didn't watch the other? Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like
I
they have
watched-
God
yeah.
powers, so then red is like
Yeah.
God power, but then when you go Super Saiyan during that form, then you become blue.
Oh, it's a combination. I thought it was like Super Saiyan and then Super Saiyan 3 and then red and then blue, but I guess okay. I see.
Yeah.
So,
The
yeah.
canon transformation name is Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Blue. Or no, it's Super
I see.
Saiyan God Super Saiyan, I think.
Okay. So it's like going Super Saiyan on top of it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
The other thing too is my last interaction with Dragon Ball Z was actually Dragon Ball GT, which was in the name of Super Saiyan 4, which
Yup.
is like more of the ape transformation. Now,
Yup.
that was not canon. Is that right?
No,
That's like
it's not
not canon at all.
Not
So
canon.
some other person or studio came out, it's like, you know what? Let's continue the storyline doing our own thing. Did the maker of Dragon Ball have any input into Dragon Ball GT, or was it totally separate? Do you know?
No,
Oh,
I don't
like-
know, but definitely
Okay.
he would have had input.
Because I like Dragon Ball GT a lot. I thought it was actually pretty good when I was a kid watching that.
Yeah, I remember watching it as a kid and I was creeped out by Baby. Like the character that can
Oh
like,
yeah, that was
like,
weird. That was
control your
weird.
body by going into your
Yeah.
blood. I was like, oh, this guy's hella
Yeah,
creepy.
yeah.
But yeah, there are a lot of good moments in Dragon Ball GT that I liked a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Super
that-
Saiyan.
we can wrap it up on the anime section. I feel like that was a good chunk of anime.
Yeah, I mean the thing with the anime these days is that they kind of think that the watchers don't have good attention span, so they like for JJK it's like if you don't have good attention span, it's kind of okay because JJK just like breezes through a lot of the rules and the lore of the games. So it's all attention span, man.
Well, you're really going into this next topic, Alan. But I wanted to discuss a little bit the attention economy. I've been spending way too much time,
There's an
I think,
economy.
going into this
Oh
rabbit hole.
shit.
Yeah, dude. But it's more like we're all chronically online now. Like your phones are like built to be addictive. There were these lawsuits recently where Meta and YouTube lost about like going after children and
Yep.
knowing their devices are addicting. A lot of it too, as I've been learning more, is there's like a book that came out about how mobile app developers and big tech in general has followed patterns we've seen in the gambling industry. So they kind of mirror slot machines whenever you're doom scrolling, where these casinos they learned 30 years ago, when you go to a slot machine, like you have to like lose, and then win, and then get that dopamine hit. That's how you
Yeah.
keep them engaged. Lose, win, and you just sprinkle little dopamine hits in there. Money is obviously a great way, right? With what the casinos do, that's how they get people addicted.
Yeah.
Our phones do it too when you're doom scrolling because so much of it is garbage. But you do find that one clip or that one video that makes you laugh or you think is interesting, and that's when they re-engage you in there. Like it's crazy, but that's how these are all optimized, and it works really well, extremely well. I remember the stat at YouTube was I think 97% of YouTube videos on their platform are watched because they were in the recommended tab. So it's not people actively going on there and searching for these videos. It's more of them in the state of watching content. A huge majority, 97%, come from a recommendation.
And
So
this
to
is
me, this is really interesting.
this likely applies more to YouTube Shorts rather than long form videos, right?
This was actually the YouTube long form video.
Oh,
So this was a stat when I was working at
oh,
Google years
interesting.
ago,
Yeah.
before Shorts took off. Yeah, which is like it's eye opening. And when I say recommendation too, I mean like when you open up the YouTube like landing page and you click on one of those are recommended.
Yeah.
So it's when you're not actively searching for a video.
Yeah, because when you say like low, and then good, like for that dopamine hit, like,
That is probably more YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
I think that is YouTube Shorts or that's TikTok. I think the low stuff, that's probably not in long form video. You don't have that as much.
right, exactly. Because like when you finish a long form video, they'll still recommend you videos on like the right side or like play
Yeah.
this next, and I find that they tend to be related to what I want. But I'm
They
kind
have
of
a
like
great algorithm, yeah.
I'm kind of like tired after watching like a 30-minute, 40-minute video, so I'm like, oh, I'll kind of just don't want to go immediately. But
Yeah, especially if you're paying attention. But I think I want to bring this up more. We're talking about Jujutsu Kaisen, right? How the storyline for me makes no fucking sense. I'm pretty disengaged from it. Like maybe it's because I am on my phone too much while I'm watching it. Besides the fight scenes, but there's a recent podcast with Matt Damon and John Affleck, and they talked about they were making a new movie with Netflix,
Yep.
and how the Netflix film producers were telling them it's like, hey, repeat the storyline a few times during the film because people like they're building it in such a way they expect people to be on their phones and have to be reminded. I think people read way less than they used to, and it's all about just trying to get your attention so they can sell you ads and make money. It all comes down to money.
yeah, I also think from the like attention economy related, probably like everyone's economy is smaller these days. So like back in the day, you would pay attention to more details. And then so when an important plot point comes up or when an important reveal comes up, like later on, you're like, wait, that's important because I've retained from like
Yeah.
long ago from my big attention economy that's relevant.
Or
But then-
your attention, yeah.
yeah, but then now it's smaller. The economy's smaller these days. So then, like, if you reveal something that was over here, well, that thing wasn't in my. It's not in my attention economy anymore. So
I would say that's
the-
your attention span. That's how much attention. When I say
Yeah.
attention economy, I just mean like all like the economy of your attention. How these big tech companies sell your attention for money.
Uh-huh.
That's what I mean when I say attention economy. It's like your attention, their ability to grab you, is what directly impacts how much money they make.
Uh-huh.
I would say like you were retaining knowledge from earlier that you saw in a film. That's more like how long your attention span is, or how much
I see.
focus you can give something. Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but you know what I'm trying to say though, right? It's like now people are now worse at remembering those things from the past. People don't read as much. Like they're used to very short form content.
Yeah, like because when like Matt Damon and John Affleck, when they say like repeat the plot 2 to 3 times, or when Netflix tells them to, that's like, well, because like when I'm in a scene, like maybe I don't remember what happened at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. You forget. Yeah,
it's like, oh hey, remind me why this is important again.
Yeah, they expect people to be on their phones watching movies and be distracted. Yeah, so they want people to repeat the plot multiple times in a film, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, which is why I've noticed that I feel like whenever they do that, it takes away from the story for me, because I feel like that's bad writing.
Yeah. I think it's just what. I think it's also, you see this in like movies like in the early 2000s. They were structured much differently than like modern Netflix films or Netflix shows. And Netflix shows also, they've done so well at like being able to make them binge worthy, right? Like where you're up and for late hours, or you just have to watch the next episode. They're very good at doing that. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that's been interesting. I think about myself and my interaction with technology and how much media I consume.
Yeah,
I'm kind of in the idea, I kind of want to try a dumb phone out. So I've done days before where I just don't use my phone at all.
You've said that before.
Don't use the internet. I want to try doing a dumb phone where I don't know exactly how it can work, because there are things that are nice, like Google Maps, or I don't know. In case of an emergency, it's nice to have, like, for somebody to be able to contact you. But I do want to try having a dumb phone with me and to try and use that instead of my smartphone.
I think probably having some kind of activity, having some activity that distracts you or something is good to do. So.
Yeah, but I just want to ramble about that. I think it's interesting. I think we're seeing it more with the youth as well. And it's not like TikTok and YouTube invented this. I think even TV. I think TV made it so people weren't reading, or they weren't watching long form videos for content. Even like, half an hour TV shows, like that was enough. You see news become so sensationalized and so attention grabbing, right? The news, they want to grab your attention so they can sell you ads. It's all about that. Sports too.
This
Sports
economy sucks.
Yeah, it's just like, but that's how everything is built around, right?
It's what the market
follows. It's all about getting your
follows.
attention. Yeah, and even for us, dude, it's like us. Like we want to get more views for our podcast, of course. Right? It's the same idea. We want your attention. That's why we're talking now.
But to respect the attention economy of our viewers, we can wrap it up here.
Yeah. That's also why we have long, drawn out conversations.
Exactly.
We only touch 2 or 3 topics a video instead of doing 30.
I see. It makes it easier to title the podcast videos, like the titles.
That too.
So.
But yeah, dude, YouTube titles are a great way too. They try and draw you in. They make, the term clickbait.
We need to we need to work on our thumbnails or something. Maybe.
Taking the attention. Yeah, dude, we gotta grab more attention with our thumbnails. I don't know. That's a spiel. I've been watching this one YouTube guy, and I think it's a great thing on philosophy, and he talks a lot about it.
Hey, comment down below what's your favorite way to disengage with the attention economy that's happening these days.
Yeah. Give us some final thoughts, Alan. I was just rambling for 10 minutes. We have a couple minutes left. Leave us on a note. Give us a positive note, Alan. Something positive in your life.
Watch Frieren. Just watch it again if you've already watched it.
Frieren, yeah.
It heals you. Like there's an episode where they go to a small hot springs. That's like what watching Frieren is. It just go into a hot spring and it just heals you, man.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
And if you want brain rot, just watch JJK. Yup.
Perfect, dude. Yep. Yeah, you heard it here first.
This is
JJK is trash.
JJK is trash. Hashtag copyright. This has been the Sexy 17 of the Water and Time podcast. I've been your host, Alan. And of course, Will joining me today. Thank you all for having a listen.
Have a good one. Keep on flowing.
Keep on flowing, baby.
All right, see you guys.